So you want to create multiple successful club nights, right? That's what I'm going to teach you in this video. But first, got to give a shout out to my sponsor, Top Vintage Boutique. It's one of the new era edition tees that they got right here. You won't find these anywhere else. I promise you. TopVintageBoutique.com. If you're looking for old school R&B, hip hop, Hall of Fame, vintage style tees. It got everything. And this is one of the new era joints that they did right here. So shout out to Top Vintage Boutique for sponsoring this episode right here. Now let's get into the business. So I've created numerous $1 million nights from a Culture Tuesdays to uh, a Carnival Sundays. And then I had a Saturday just ram packed. I mean, that alone was doing over 100K. Um, at some of the hottest nightclubs in New Jersey, Barcode, Lobby. Look them up. These are well documented things that I've done. And now I'm going to show you exactly how I did it. So the first thing we did was we found a gap in the community. If you're trying to create multiple nights, you need to create different nights for that week. So for example, Thursday night could be Latin night. You do a little salsa dance, you do a little, Latin menu or Latin twist to the menu, Latin special vibes. Again, this is just an example. Maybe you have no Latin people in your area, so maybe it's a cowboy night. Maybe it's an Asian night, maybe it's an Indian night, or maybe it's a Brazilian night. Whatever is in your community, that's the first thing you need to do. You need to look in your community and see where the gaps are. In most communities, there's not much to do for the LGBT community. So maybe you have an LGBT night. Maybe there's a lot of Haitian people that live in your area or Mexicans, and they don't have a lot to do. So you create a Mexican night or a Haitian night where, again, you want to totally immerse your brand in that experience for that day. We used to do a Spanish Thursday night, but like I said, we would do salsa earlier in that day. About 50 people taking salsa lessons. So now when the evening starts to ramp up, there's a handful of people now that are excited and had a few drinks, dancing, and as more people show up, it just looks really good for the venue. Um, you could also get into like sports, games, like a gaming night. Again, it depends on your venue, um, but you want to find the gaps within your community. The second thing is you want to partner with reliable and reputable people from those communities. So whatever night you kind of doing, you want to find an influencer, you want to find an industry leader. It could be a motorcycle night. So you find motorcycle club presidents or someone that can bring a motorcycle group out to your venue if that's what it is. But like I said, influencers, local industry people, this could be barbers, this could be models, college athletes. Again, you really just want to find, once you identify the niche, the open gap, the open market, then you want to fill that with reputable people from that. That's what's going to help you bring them out faster. Now, you may not have a lot of money, so you gotta think strategically. You may do something where you split a door, you split a bar percentage. If you don't have the money up front, and this also helps because some of these influencers, they do a lot of talking, but they don't bring nobody out, and so this helps guard you from paying someone a whole bunch of money up front, and then they don't bring nobody out. Heads of groups and associations, like I said, that's really another good one. Whether it's a teacher association, barber, association, whatever. It's just a bunch of associations out there. You got to find something that works for you, and then you go in on that. The next thing is you want to offer the right types of specials. I know a lot of bar owners who they get stingy when it comes to that bar, man. But the goal first is to build that repeat business, and then once you do that, you can kind of adjust your pricing or however you want to do from there. But starting out to get people in the door, to get the buzz going, to showcase what you have to offer. You got to have the right specials, So bottle specials go a long way during the week. When people want to go hang out, they don't want to pay a lot for a bottle. If you're in that space, that's something you should think about. Bundle deals is another great thing that works. So whether it's three drinks and a hookah, or you get entry and a plate of wings, bundle something up. People love to feel like they're getting something and getting a deal. So create one for them. And then, like I said, the drinks. People come to bars, they come to nightclubs to drink and have a good time. And if you're having a niche night, then you need to have drinks that represent that night. If you have a Mexican night, you can't have an Irish drink special. That makes no sense. And now if you don't carry any type of Mexican style drinks, then maybe you can create some with the drinks that you do have. And for that night, those are what you sell. If the night takes off, then maybe you invest in some drinks that are for that niche market. Because again, the goal is to create communities around your nights. And so a great way to do that is by sprucing up your menu, your drinks, and making it happen that way. So if you want to multiply your revenue on different nights, these are 3 ways that you definitely need to be applying to your strategy. I also have a guru marketing toolkit. It's a marketing guru toolkit, and basically gives you all the tools that the top people are using that they're not going to share with you. You're not going to be able to Google them online, but I have them, and I put them all together for you to use them. So you don't have to be a marketing guru to be able to use these tools and look like one. So I highly recommend, you jumping on that. It is in the link in the description. Also, 70 ways to generate revenue from your bar, your restaurant, and nightclub. And this is outside of drinks and dancing. So this is 70 different ways that you probably don't know of how you can be generating money right now with your bar or your restaurant or your nightclub outside of drinking and outside of dancing. That's in the link in the description as well. If you want a consultation, I'm open to that. Link in the description for that. This is James Marques, and as always, greatly appreciated.